Hello and welcome to today's video. So today we are taking on Brentford. We are fourth in the league and we're well in with a chance of promotion. Today's topic is going to be the coming global financial crisis and how likely, the recession seems almost virtually inevitable at this point, to be quite honest. But how bad it might be and what the consequences of that will be in the months and the years to come, depending the coming months and years. So as you can see, we are fourth in the league, but we have a game in hand over most of the teams that are in and around us. We are second. We have to get in the top two to be automatically promoted to the championship. If we land between third and sixth, we'll get in the playoffs. So it's looking very good for our chances to at least get in the playoffs. We're in a solid position there. If we want to get in the top two, though, we are 3 points off Shrewsbury with a game in hand. If we win this game, if we win our game in hand, then we'll be level on points and just barely behind on goal difference. So, as far as I see, if we win every single game that's left in the season, then we should do it. But of course, that in itself is a big ask. But if we win this, we're well in with a chance of getting into the top two and being automatically promoted. So it does look quite likely that a global financial crisis is coming. It's been something that a lot of people have suspected that is coming for years. Obviously, a recession was due at some point, but I think many of us kind of had a feeling that a big recession was coming, and obviously with the coronavirus, that makes that risk much higher than it already was of happening sooner rather than later. Without the coronavirus, we'd probably be looking at a big recession, global financial crisis emerging, later this year or next year. But obviously with the situation we're in right now, well then that has really been the catalyst, as many people have pointed out. The coronavirus pandemic is the catalyst for the global financial crisis that was bound to come, and there's a lot of economic bubbles I think that are about to burst. And it's good to at least see on the plus side. Like at the moment, we are seeing a lot of stimulus packages being introduced by governments around the world, and several $100 billion, pounds. Is that a penalty? Is he giving it? It's gonna be the perfect start. Now I'm terrible at taking penalties, and I am still unsure in FIFA 14 how exactly you decide whether it goes left or right. But let's hope I can do it this time. Okay. Yes, it worked, and that's a fantastic penalty from Ho. 1-0. If we can win this game, we'll be well in with a chance of automatic promotion. It's still gonna be tough. It's not exactly in our hands as such. If we won every single game, in theory, Shrewsbury could still beat us out on goal difference. But if we win every single game that's left, I strongly doubt that Shrewsbury are going to win every single game that's left, because very few teams in these leagues in FIFA 14 tend to win several games in a row. It just usually doesn't happen to win like 4 or 5 matches in a row, which is what they'd have to do if we won every match. If you ask me, I think, we win, 80% of the games left. I think that in itself would, to be honest, I think that would be enough to get us automatic promotion. But ideally, we'd like to win 100%. But this is a great start anyway. 1-0 up against Brentford, the Bees, as they're known as a nickname. Of course, we played them before in FIFA 14 a few times in the season mode, career mode. And of course, you've seen one of the matches before where we played against them. They're a tough enough opponent. They came up from League 2 with us. I believe it was last season they did. We're now actually into April 2017 at the moment in this world. Simpler times when the world wasn't shut down. It's been a crazy few weeks for sure. It's it's unprecedented in modern human history, and obviously the sort of shutdown scale we're seeing around the world. Obviously that's the sort of thing that's happening because of our willingness to prepare and to fight against these sorts of things. During the Spanish flu, there was a lot of things that continued as normal, which contributed to making it as bad as it was. But today it's like we have different standards, and rightfully so, in terms of what sort of risk we're willing to accept, and the fact that we are willing to make drastic decisions to mitigate those risks. A big problem though, and the reason why I think global financial crisis is bound to happen is because even with these massive stimulus packages, um, you know, it how long is this going to be happening? I mean, if we're talking weeks, well then that's one thing. But if we're talking months, 4, 5, 6 months of the global economy basically grinding to a halt, the governments around the world will only be able to fund it for so long. And even if they do continue to fund it, I have my doubts that obviously make up for it's not going to entirely make up for the entire economy grinding to a halt. I mean, people are going to, you know, accept government support, but they're not going to be spending the way they would otherwise, of course, because they're not going to be out as much. People are probably not even going to be spending online as much. Maybe they will. I don't know. It depends on the country. But oh, that's a good goal. Shit, 1-1. Crap. He scored against us a few times now for Brentford when we played them. Good player. So 1-1. No, I should have got a tackle in there properly. Damn it. 1-1. But yeah, so spending in general will be reduced amongst the general public. Um, and I do wonder as well whether people will even spend as much online because first of all, the financial insecurity, even with the sort of bailout and stimulus packages that exist, and the guarantees that governments are offering. Of course, not all governments are offering the same sort of things. I mean, I doubt the United States is going to protect its ordinary citizens as much as countries like France and Italy are doing at the moment. I mean, in France, where I'm living right now, they're halting tax payments. Uh, they're guaranteeing that no business will go bust. Halting mortgage payments, halting various different forms of payments, and they're also talking about perhaps setting aside certain money to give to ordinary citizens. Although I'm not entirely sure that's been confirmed or not yet. But I just feel like countries like the US with someone like Trump in charge, um, that will definitely be. I mean that will definitely make it more likely that the United States economy will not manage and that ordinary Americans will struggle. And even if that doesn't happen again, spending, I don't think spending even online is going to go up that much, if at all, because of people being afraid perhaps of their packages being, any sort of interaction with the outside world where their packages might be infected. Now, maybe that won't happen. Maybe people, will still be spending, but it's not going to make up for, you know, real world life coming to an entire halt. You can't change the world like that, that dramatically overnight and expect that things will just, the economy will start to continue as normal. It's, oh, that was a good chance. I mean, so these measures are temporary measures, but the question is how long is that temporary time? I mean, if you're talking about a month, well, then I think, the global economy could prevent falling into a complete crisis. But to be honest, and it doesn't. There's no guarantee of that either. With that being said, but I don't think it will be like that. I think it will be the sort of thing that will go on for several months at least. Um, and the global economy isn't ready for that. And so in this second half now, the match was our free kick. Now it's our free kick. And I'm going to kind of discuss more about the potential consequences. And this is something that we really need to consider. I mean, right now everyone's minds is really on the pandemic, and rightfully so. But we have to as well be aware of the potential dangers ahead. I mean, first of all, global financial collapse potentially happening. I mean, we're talking about a major recession on the horizon, and possibly the second Great Depression. Now, I'm not saying that's likely, but it's definitely a real distinct possibility because, first of all, we don't have the sort of world leaders in charge in major countries around the world to best deal with these sorts of situations. I mean, we have Trump, who isn't the sort of person that you want in charge for a global financial crisis, to be quite honest. Um, I mean, look at all his businesses that went bust. I mean, I don't think he will make the sort of right decisions that need to be made um, in a financial crisis, and so that's why I'm concerned as to whether it could become much worse than it actually even needs to be. Because oh, what a goal! There's Ho on a second goal now. Then that's 2-1. We're back in front. Sorry, Brentford, but we gotta win this. We gotta win this. I can feel that we're going to be getting automatic promotion to the championship. I can feel that we're going to do this. We're going to push for it. We're not going to let it go. We're gonna make sure it happens. And if we do get automatic promotion, then we're looking at a whole exciting season ahead in the championship. And of course, our dream is to get to the Premier League and then someday win the Champions League. It won't be easy, but look, I mean, we got promoted from League Two, and now we have a very strong chance of going straight up to from League One to the Championship. So game on. It's getting interesting now. Time for some changes, I think. I think I'll take off. I think I'll go 4-4-2 at the moment. Oh, Burton there, that's basically a 4-4-2 anyway, and it seems to work well for them. I'm going to take Knowles off, I'll bring Bird on, and then I shall bring on Weir for the lap. Actually maybe McDonald, he looks a little bit more tired. Phillips is quite tired as well, but I think I'll go with that. It's meant to be Weir coming on for him. Alright, so yeah, and I think, if we're talking about a major global financial crisis, then we also have to think about the consequences of that. I kind of was wondering recently whether it's time to sort of take cash out of the bank, but of course, with the ongoing pandemic, it's it's not the right time to do that either. So it's tricky to know how to best prepare for this. Other than I mean, obviously saving, that's is one way, but of course the fact is people are preparing by saving. Well, that's gonna perhaps exacerbate the problem. So it's hard to know what exactly the best call of actions are, and I'm not gonna make this into an advice video. I'm just kind of discussing it. I'd have to do a bit more research before making a video where I'm giving advice on how to deal with a global financial crisis. I mean, even cryptocurrency right now, people thought that was a safe bet. It's it really isn't. Free kick, is it? Damn it. In a good position as well. So I'm bringing Bird on, the new young player who scored his first goal in front of your very eyes not too long ago. Yeah, even cryptocurrency is just plummeting at the moment, or has been of late. I don't know exactly. Today it might be a bit up, but oh wow, oh what a double save! I think actually it wasn't a double save. Did it hit the post first? Did it? What a fantastic stuff. Lions there really showing what he's made of. Let me just check now the instant replay. I want to see, did I hit the post first? I think it did. It just happened so fast. It wasn't really. Yeah, so takes a shot, hits the post, and then the rebound. Oh, what a save! Fantastic stuff. That's the sort of stuff that gets you promoted. That's the sort of stuff that wins you a place in the championship. Those sorts of saves. Oh wow, and a bit of luck with those sorts of misses help as well. The close one we just about missed. That's my name. Okay, so making a substitution now. So yeah, my big concern then is if there is a global financial crisis, and I've shown this in future history in the last few episodes, where early 2020s or mid 2020s around that time has a financial crisis, and then the far right will exploit it. And I do think that we think about say the far right in terms of the 20th century. I mean, what you saw with, first of all, they began to emerge in the 1920s mostly, and they had a certain degree of success in various countries, but then it was no, what? How is that a free kick? That is a joke. Oh, that was a close one. Did he save it this time? Or is that another hit the post? Oh, yeah, Barney got a punch on it. Good goalkeeping again. He's our hero today. He'll definitely be man of the match, I think. Even though we've conceded the goal, definitely will be. That's a goal kick. Happy days. Yeah, but they rose then, and that mostly in the 1920s. But then it was 1929 when the Wall Street crash happened, and that led to the Great Depression. That's when they really capitalized on that in the years following that. And in the 1930s, they really took off in a way that they simply hadn't to a large extent in the 1920s. And so, I think what we could see here potentially is something similar. The 2010s, they begin to emerge on the global arena, and then people are thinking, oh, well, the worst of it's past, or, it's not going to increase anymore. I mean, the far right didn't have much success in European elections in 2019, for example, so a lot of people were sort of saying, their peak has passed, but I don't think that's true, because if we're looking at a global financial crisis, I mean, any form of recession with with the far right having emerged on the political arena and on a global level the years previous, is going to benefit them. I mean, it's unstable times, it will support these sorts of parties. I mean, right now, not really, because we're politics can't go on as normal. Oh my God, no! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! 82nd minute. All right, well, we got to go for it now. We got to go for a win. I'm going back 4-3-3. I'm going to bring on a striker. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Breathe. Relax. Let's do this thing. Okay. Bird, push him back a bit. The lap is going off. I'm going to throw Reed up front. He's quite good up front as well, even though he's generally, well, he's a midfielder. But yeah, so all right, we got to go all out now for this win. Well, let's make these fans happy. They paid a lot for these tickets. I put the price that high. Go on. Ah. This has been a good game, I have to say. An interesting one, but stressful as well. We gotta get this winner. Come on, lads, we can push for it. But yeah, I think then what we're potentially seeing is the far right will exploit this situation after the matter to a large extent. I mean, even if the pandemic subsides, but then all of a sudden the world's being consumed with a global financial crisis, they will exploit that, and I think that they're the peak of the far right and on the populism, which also could benefit the populist left. And of course, I'm not in favor of actual far left politics in terms of communism. I'm talking about far left in terms of what might seem far left in that country, like the way Bernie Sanders is deemed far left, even though his policies are basically standard in Europe. Oh, here's a chance for Key. Oh, it's a bit too tight to get through. All right, he's looking for it. Who can be the hero? No. No. Come on, someone get it. Go on. Up, up, up. Ah. Crap. That was a tough one. Thought we'd win that. Shit. No, that's football for you. Look, we can still get automatically promoted. I said, if we get 80% victories, we can do it. We really should have won that game. The goalkeeper did so well through that game, though. We're just could have done more. But yeah, these are my concerns, and I am worried that a global financial crisis that will impact the world in the coming years, from now until 2022, 2023, or longer. At least in terms of how long recessions might last for. Oh, that goal! No, defending should have been better. Should have stopped them. Damn it. These fine lines make the difference. I really hope we can automatically promote. We can still do it, we still have, I think we have 5 more matches to go. So, it can be done. It's a challenge, but it can be done. But yeah, no, so my concerns just are, like that, we will see the far right exploit the situation, and they will benefit from it, I think, and we have to be prepared for that. Because all the focus right now is on the coronavirus, but things can catch us off guard with regards to history, so yeah. I mean, I'd like to say great times are ahead. Well, they are someday, I imagine, in the future, but it could be in the late 2020s by the time we're into a situation that we can describe as as a good situation, I think. As a world that where we feel like the world's improving, I think. That's just the reality of it, I think, at the moment. But we've got to be prepared, and we've got to be ready to to deal with it, I suppose. That's the best thing to say. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. And hypothetical scenarios episode about an ancient Doggerland civilization. Have a look at Doggerland online; it's quite interesting. That will be up on Friday, and it might be a multiple episode series as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.